All right, in this lesson we're going to be talking about order of operations. Another way to remember this is PEMDAS. Now, some people say GEMDAS. We'll talk about that in a second. But PEMDAS is a set rule of solving a problem in which there are multiple operations. Operations are like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Now, notice the way I have written PEMDAS or GEMDAS. GEMDAS stands for grouping symbols. The P stands for parentheses. The G stands for grouping symbols because it could be included parentheses, brackets, or absolute value. Again, they both stand for the same thing. I usually will go with most worksheets will say PEMDAS, so I'm going to stick with that. Now, it's important that you write PEMDAS vertically as opposed to writing it like this. And I'll explain more about that in a second. But why do we have PEMDAS? Again, it's a set rule or order in which you must solve a problem with multiple operations. So why do we have these rules? Because if we didn't have the rules, we could solve problems differently and get different answers. So let's just say I have 2 plus 4 times 6. Now if I followed the rules, I should multiply first. I get 24, and then I add 2. My answer is 26. But if I didn't follow the rules, what if I added first? 2 plus 4 is 6, and then 6 times 6 is 36. Even though I did the operations correctly, I added correctly, and I multiplied correctly, this is definitely wrong. Again, so why do we have PEMDAS? It is a set rules that we can all follow, so we all come up with the same answer, assuming we follow the right rules. Okay. So we have P first, so parentheses, and again, it includes all grouping symbols, parentheses, absolute value, and brackets. The E stands for exponents. Let's talk about exponents. Exponents is a small raised number that tells you how many times you're going to multiply the base. So if I had 3 to the 4th power, this is my base, and this is my exponent. The exponent tells me how many times I'm going to multiply the 3. So this one, I'm going to have it multiplied 4 times. So the commutative property of multiplication says it doesn't matter which order you multiply it, so I'm going to group them. 9, 9, multiply those together, I get 81. So 3 to the 4th power equals 81. So these are exponents. Okay, again, small raised number that tells you how many times you multiply your base, the bottom number. Let's do one more. Let's just say I have 2 to the 5th. It's not 2 times 5. This is actually 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4, which is 8, which is 16, which is 32. So 2 to the 5th power is 32. Right, so these are exponents. Now, notice the multiply and divide. The M and the D stand for multiplication and division. They are on the same level. What that means is one is not more important than the other. You don't multiply, then divide. Rather, you go from left to right. Now, this is kind of easy to remember because that's how you read if you read in English or any Latin-based language, French, Spanish, German. You're going to read from left to right, so it's easy. Which do you do first, multiply or divide? Well, after you've checked out parentheses and exponents, after you've done those, if you have any operations that include multiplication or division, you're going to go from left to right. see what that would look like. Let's say I have 2 squared, and then 4 plus 8. Divided by 4 times 2. Okay. So let's go through our list. We have parentheses. So let's do the parentheses first. So we have 2 squared divided by 4 times 2. Now next, I'm going to do, let's go back, check, make sure we're doing it right. We got exponents. We're going to do exponents. 2 squared, 2 to the power 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. Now, the only operations I have left, I have multiplication, I have division, and multiplication. So what do I do first? See, I go from left to right. So I'm going to do this first. 4 times 12 is 48. Rewrite everything. Divided by 4 times 2. 48 divided by 4 is 12. I'm going to write this to the right. And then 12 times 2 is 24. Again, I would encourage you to have your little checklist. As you do each step, check it off so you know what you should do next. And follow the order, you can get it correct. And then the last we have on the bottom, we have add and subtract. Again, this is add and subtract from left to right. Alright, so let's look at the problem we have here. We have 2 times, in parentheses, 4 divided by 2, in the parentheses, plus 6 times 3. So, let's look at our checklist. We do have parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and I'm going to rewrite everything. Now, I look at the operations I have left. I have multiplication here. I have addition, and then I have more multiplication. So what do? Look at my list, make sure I'm doing it in the right order. I'm going to multiply before I add because it's above addition. So I do 2 times 2, 2 different colors, 4. I also have another multiplication over here, 18. And then I bring down the operation I have not done. And then 4 plus 18 is 22, which is my answer. Alright, so again, PEMDAS, GEMDAS, different ways of saying the order of operation. Again, a set, it's an algorithm of rules that you can follow to make sure that you're solving the problems correctly. Again, write them vertically like I have written right here. Parentheses or grouping symbols first, exponents second, multiply and divide again from left to right, add and subtract left to right, and that will be done last. Okay. Well, I hope this has helped. Again, if you need anything else or you have any questions, feel free to email me, and good luck.